Here we go. I think it's another fall fish. He's fighting pretty good. Yes, he is. Might tighten my drag up just a little. That's a better fall fish, guys. Slightly better. Ooh, yeah. That's a decent one. There we go. What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Cross Country Bank Angler. I'm on my way, making my way through some brush right now to a little creek access that I fished for the first time. I think it was last spring. It's late fall now. It's been dry. Most of the streams around here are really low right now. And I'm just gonna kind of, we're getting to that point, these small creeks, once the water drops to a certain temperature, they tend to kind of empty out. So I'm kind of at that threshold right now. I'm trying to see, are there still fish that are kind of active in this creek right now, or is it time to give up on the ultralight creek fishing for the year? This will definitely probably be our last session of it if we manage to catch anything out here. So you never know until you throw. So let's go. All right, people. So I think I'm at an area that I fished in the spring last year, 2022, and it's changed a lot. All these trees and stuff have fallen. It looks a little wider, but it looks like there could still be some fish in here. So I'm gonna just get down to the water here and cast around a little bit. I'm not doing any wading today. I'm just bank fishing. All right. Definitely does seem pretty low, but there could potentially be some fish around here. So we're gonna give it a shot. Start off at this spot. There's a couple other areas further down that we could try if we want to. Starting off with one of my most trusted ultralight creek lures here, the old Southern Pro Crappie Craw. It's like an 1.5 inch long little soft plastic crawfish on a 1/48 ounce jig head. As you can see here, I've got a different handle on this reel. I got a little aftermarket handle for it because the original one that it came with, this is the Daiwa Crossfire, just a budget-friendly spinning reel. And the one that came with it got bent. Oh, we got a hit right there. And it was not an expensive handle, but it's got a nicer knob on it, EVA knob. We definitely just had some hits right there, guys. And the old handle was just like a piece of plastic, so I think it is going to be a little more comfortable to use. We definitely had some hits right there for people. I think they were just tugging on the... There we go. Oh, how did he get off? It was a little bass. Doggone it. Let's try that again. I'm gonna set the hook a little harder, maybe. Yeah, this creek we could catch bass, bluegills, redbreast, fall fish. There we go. Like I said, we hit it hard on that guy. Hold on, buddy. You're caught. First fish of the day here. Let's take a look at him, guys. Pretty little creek bass. He's probably about 7 inches, 6 inches in that range. But look at the colors. Really nice colors on this one here. This is just a largemouth. Some people can get them confused when they're in creeks because their colors get so bold they look more like a spotted bass sometimes, but this is just a little largemouth. There are still active fish in the creeks right now. Thank you, little guy. Let's give him a little release here. I think the first one that hit was a little bit bigger. Pretty little fish though. This looks like maybe 2 or 3 feet of water max, but it's enough to hold fish. Like I said, it's been really dry. I actually have some wildfires in my area right now. Not super close by, but it's very unusual for them to be any wildfires in general. I'm really not in a wildfire prone part of the country. Oh, that was a nipple. Here's one. Oh, it's a fall fish. Another bite, another species. Little late fall creek fishing here. There we go. Let's take a look at them, guys. There's our fall fish. These are basically like a little chub species, but they're a bit more predatory. Grow to greater sizes. Thank you, little guy. Fish number 2, guys. We're finding them. The spot is still active. Look at all this stuff that's fallen, this debris. That's probably holding a few fish. I don't know if I'm going to cast deep in there. I don't have a weedless rig right now. But that's creating it's like a little dam, essentially creating like a deep hole right here. And it's definitely holding some fish. Basically just letting this crawl, twitching it up off the bottom and letting it sink back down. Oh. Something definitely tugged on it. They're liking the little crappie craw, guys. It's one of those essential baits, some kind of little, I'm sure there's probably other brands that would work too, but yeah, just like a tiny little crawfish imitation is just deadly in creeks, guys, and rivers for that matter. Oh. Here we go. I think it's another fall fish. He's fighting pretty good. Yes, he is. Might tighten my drag up just a little. That's a better fall fish, guys. Slightly better. Ooh, yeah. That's a decent one. About 9-10 inch range, guys. It's not bad for a fall fish. All right, they like to squirm for some reason, but let's get a look at this guy. Get him in the light for you. There we go. Pretty little fish. All right, let's let him go. Thank you, buddy. Here's a fish. Another fall fish, guys. Decent number of them in here. Decent number of fall fish. There we go. There he is, guys. Another fall fish. Thank you, buddy. Oh, I had hit and then we were snagged and then it was off. I think. Not sure what that was, to be honest. Could also be pickerel in here. Even small creeks will hold pickerel. There's a little bass, guys. About the size of that other one, maybe a little smaller. Oh, we got one of my claws. Tiny little guy. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, he took one of my claws. That's alright, I'm still gonna fish it as it is for now. Here's a fish. Another fall fish. Plenty of fall fish in this creek, I'll say that much. I'll take it. If that's what's biting today, then that's what I'm catching. Hopefully we can run into a bigger one. There are some bigger ones in here. We caught one that was decent. There he is, guys. Just a sleek, silvery little creek fish, creek predator. Let's get him out of here. We were hung up over a branch, and I was letting the craw drift near the surface, and this little bluegill came up and snatched it. There's another species today, guys. He's small, but you're always going to catch a couple of little bluegill in a creek around me, pretty much. Pretty much inevitable. It's about 4 inches. If you want to catch a catfish, this would be a good bait. See you, buddy. Here's a fish, guys. It's a bass. All right. Similar to that first one. Check him out, guys. It's about, yeah, similar to that first one, about 7 inches, 8 inches. See you, little fella. All right, guys, another fish, another species. It's a red breast. Figured we'd catch one eventually. There we go. Man, he's a little bit skinny, guys. That's a skinny fish. Hopefully we can get a better, healthier looking one than that. See ya, buddy. Find some real food. Jeez, that guy was like emaciated. Here we go, guys. That feels a little better. Oh, yeah. It's a slightly better one, guys. Slightly better fall fish. Maybe a 9-inch fish. That's decent. I'll take that, guys. Let's get a picture of that one. All right, there he is, guys. See you, buddy. Here's a fish. Another fall fish, guys. I was hoping we'd get one more. We had to walk a little ways to get to this spot. All right, guys, there. Whoa. There he is. He's thrashing around a little bit. Gonna have to toss him a little ways. All right, thank you, fish. Nice, guys. What is good, everybody? Welcome to Cross Country Bank Angler. I hope you just enjoyed the footage that you just saw. Whoa, well, I apologize in advance if the sound is a bit janky on this video. It's super windy today. But yeah, you know, that was just a simple little ultralight session, kind of late in the year for that style fishing for me typically. But we just went down to a little creek, and you know, it was kind of like as soon as we kind of found the spot and started casting, then a couple of casts we were catching the fish, and it was sort of you know, pretty fast action from there. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about the little bait that I was using that day, because, well, I actually, you know, mentioned it a little bit in a recent video, kind of my top 5 countdown of lures from last year. And this was one that made the cut. You know, it's been in the arsenal for a while. It's called the Southern Pro Crappie Craw. This is the little card that it comes on. And you know, this is a small channel. I'm not sponsored by Southern Pro or anything like that. This is just a lure that I tried and I like to use. So, you know, this is just 100% my opinion. No other ulterior influences beyond that. But here's a bait fresh out of the package here. You can just get a good look at that there. Just a little crawfish imitating lure. It's about 1.5 inches long or so if you include the claws. You can see here it's got 2 little antennae and then 2 little claws, 2 thin claws and arms on it. So it's a really nice imitation of a little crawfish. And I mean, if you just are someone who really doesn't necessarily want to put a whole lot of time into fishing, or you don't have as much time for it as you would like because of other obligations, then it really can't get more kind of efficient and simple, you know, as long as you don't really care so much about the sizes, to just go down with, you know, your ultralight setup and rig up one of these little crappie craws on a tiny jig head. There's one that's kind of rigged up for you. I think this was actually the one I was using that day. You can see I got it on a 1/48 ounce jig head. Very light, very finesse. It sinks pretty slow. And yeah, I mean, basically, you know, you just let it sink down to the bottom and, you know, slowly retrieve it back. Just, you know, you can reel a little bit, kind of tight lining, I guess some people call it. But, you know, just give it some light twitches, jigging movements, and then let it sink back down to the bottom. And then just kind of rinse and repeat a few times. And then, you know, if you haven't gotten hit by then, you know, you can make your next cast. But, you know, most little creeks are going to have some crawfish living in them. And most predatory fish will eat crawfish. You know, even, you know, these smaller ones, you know, this is like a little snack for you know, a sunfish or a little bass, or, you know, the fall fish was what we were really catching a lot of in this video. Yeah, you know, it really doesn't get much more simple. I mean, if there's a real downside to these, it's only that the little pinchers, you know, it's a pretty thin plastic and they can get ripped off by the fish pretty easily. So you can see this one that I've been fishing with already has one of the pinchers missing. But, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna stop catching fish. Even if the pinchers are ripped off, the fish will still eat it sometimes. So yeah, it's just a great little bait. You know, you can buy these online. Here's a slightly different color. I think this one's called pumpkin orange. So orange claws on this one, and then like a green pumpkin body. Like I said, it's just something so easy, so fundamental if you're just exploring a small body of water, you know, a creek or a river, you know, doing some wading, you know, even small ponds. I think it would work, as long as the fish are, you know, feeding on crawfish, you know, around little rocks or anything like that. And you know, you can catch bigger fish on this too. You know, none of the fish in this video were big, but I've actually caught bass up to 3 pounds on this little bait. So I just wanted to share this bait, and you know, I've had a lot of success with it over the last few years. Anyway, if you made it this far, I just want to say that you should subscribe to the channel. You know, we've got weekly bank fishing videos coming at you. You know, we're going to be turning up for the new year here for 2024. We've got lots of new content in the works. So with that being said, thanks for watching. I hope you can hear me over all this wind, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.